Welcome back to Jesters of Middle-earth, where a group of comedians try to destroy the One Ring. With the Fellowgroup's mission decided, the troupe tied up loose ends in Rivendell. Tyler cleared the air with Denethea and was having a pleasant moment with Arwen when Guy burst in, smitten with a Liv Tyler lookalike. The boys wondered if Arwen was meant to end up with Guy instead. Meanwhile, Adam recalled his character dying in a dragon's fiery breath and regained his father's approval. So Gloin asked Adam to check in on their kin at the Mines of Moria. But first, they would interrogate Grungus to find out what really happened at the Lonely Mountain. Is the troupe ever going to start prioritizing destroying the ring over their fake literary families? I doubt it.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's me, Jump Scare Tom, ruining your nice, chill break music with our damnable show that's interrupting the chiptune vibes. If you are just joining us in the second half of our shenanigans, the Council of Elrond is over. However, the many agendas and questions that were raised during it have spilled over into the aftermath. Tyler and Guy encountered the sort of members of their delegations who each had some questions and qualms. Tyler managed to win over Denethea with a nat 20, and Guy unfortunately lost the companionship of the elves, who realize he has thrown in his lot with a human and a dwarf instead of them, and wants to destroy that dastardly ring instead of seizing it for himself. Oh, so mean. They then spoke to Arwen, who seems to have come around on Tyler a bit, seeing how he held himself in the meeting. And she was also impressed by Guy, who struck a much more favorable impression than she was expecting from the son of Thranduil. Adam had a somewhat tense conversation with his father, who has demanded that in order to get back in the good graces of the dwarves, he must first deliver. Well, Adam suggested he could deliver some dwarven justice to Grungus Took, who is still on site. But Gloin needs him to destroy the ring, but also to check in on Balin, who has retaken the Mines of Moria, but no one's heard from him since he went in there. So another way to get back in the dwarves' good books is to show just how committed he is to the dwarven causes and do some good for folks. And you know what? It's a shortcut en route to Mordor anyway. It's going to be great. So that is what Adam has been tasked with. He came up with a very viable and exciting plan to do this. And the party left off trying to figure out exactly where Grungus Took was. And that brings us up to speed. So with all that said, let us return now to Middle Earth. Dell and Gandalf are taking a walk through Rivendell, en route to the same dwarf the rest of the Jesters will be after shortly. But of course, they have the slight advantage of not being weighed down by the politics of Gondor, the disappointment of elves, or the side quests of dwarves. And Dell turns to Gandalf and says, so back there you mentioned kind of pretty bluntly that this guy's a problem, right? Grungus. And YOLO's, you're great, YOLO, but you're also not great. And YOLO's like, yeah, I know, to pile on, I guess, whatever. He says, you're the rudest of my butlers. And Gandalf just withering glare at the back of YOLO's head. And Dell says, so what is the deal with Grungus Took? What happened there? Why is he like this? Why are we doing this? What is Grungus' deal? Gandalf says, Grungus's deal is, as I said previously, my own failure. YOLO, you may either go on slightly ahead of us, wait slightly behind us, or place your hands over your ears like you are a small child attempting not to hear profanity. If you do not do any of these 3 things, I shall strike you as hard as I can with my staff and render you unconscious, at which point we will wait for some custodian to come along, sweep you up with the rest of the refuse, and dump you out into a trash can, from whence we shall pick you up later. Yolo says, okay, wow. Look, man, you came to me about the ring. I didn't say I wanted it. I was cool to just keep collecting shoes, okay? So this whole thing is not really like I'm carrying the burden. I got stabbed, okay? But sure, you whisper secrets to my butler or whatever. You look stupid without a beard. And he walks off. And Gandalf's hand kind of rises to his chin. He says, "Not telling me anything I don't already know, you fool of a took." Dell, holding her tongue, says, "So you had a beard?" "Yes, I had a beard. It was majestic. I didn't look like this plucked chicken always." "Dell, I shall tell you of Grungus took, but first I must explain this beard situation. It is deeply embarrassing, but frankly, I must tell someone, and as apparently the only other wizard in our group now, I shall explain it to you. I went to see my old friend Saruman the White, once the leader of the White Council of Wizards in Isengard, a mighty tower, one of at least 2 in Middle-earth. Saruman was, I thought, the wisest of us. Indeed, that was one of his many names. But the Saruman I found was much changed, paranoid, afraid, but also cagey, as though he knew something the rest of us did not. Instead of a warm welcome, he ushered me into a reading chamber. I was trying to determine whether the ring young Iolo has is indeed the one ring of power, or just a trinket, one of the many that Grungus stole from the dwarves. But in my research, in my seeking, I found that mysterious case I showed you. It showed mine own countenance in majestic beard, surrounded by Frodo Baggins, and a dwarf, an elf, a human. No Iolo, no Grungus. It was incredibly strange. I slipped it into my robes, but then Saruman himself was there. He attempted to lock me in the room. We dueled. He was far more powerful than I, and I found myself defeated. Thus I could not meet Iolo when I intended to, for I was trapped atop the Tower of Isengard. Luckily, I know moths, so I sent one ahead with the message that brought all of you to Rivendell. But personally, I was completely out of luck. There was nothing I could summon to my aid. Once there were mighty eagles in this land that may have saved me, but they have been hunted to extinction. And so I did the only thing I could think to do. I plucked each and every hair from my body and wove it into a long cord, used my magic to firm it up, and then I rappelled down the side of that tower. It took a long time. It was deeply painful, and I bear the embarrassment upon my visage to this day. But such is the treachery of Saruman. I do not know why he trapped me. I do not know what his agenda is. He could be in league with the Dark Lord, but that does not seem to be his way. And he kept saying that he was trying to protect me, that he had to remove me from the story. It was incredibly odd, but he cannot be trusted, and he must be avoided. So anyway, that's why I don't have a beard. Dale's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Do you know what that thing you're carrying? And she like looks to make sure Yellow's and like, you know that's what you're carrying. It's a movie, right? Like it's a DVD, a DVD. Is it some kind of magic? A spell, perhaps? A grimoire? She's like, no, man, it's you can watch it. It's like a play, but more expensive and more widely available. He shakes his head and says, I do not understand your strange words, but we will talk more of this when we find your compatriots. To the Grungus took situation. I sent him along with a party of dwarves seeking to reclaim their ancestral homeland, a place called the Lonely Mountain, the halls of Erebor. Thorin Oakenshield, an ambitious, brave dwarf, sought to reclaim their lost homeland from a dragon, to reclaim the Arkenstone, an item of great power and prestige amongst the dwarves. But they needed help. They needed a thief, someone who could get into places they could not. It will not surprise you to know that a party of dwarves is not the most subtle, and no matter how brave they were, their axes and blades could not stand against the dragon. For some reason, I lighted upon the door of Grungus Took in the Shire. Grungus seemed like he had potential, seemed like perhaps he could be the missing element of the party. And indeed, he did join, was eager to, in fact. He was happy to go on an unexpected journey with us. And he was a riot. They loved him at the campfire. His flatulence alone was outstanding. A jolly hobbit, but a cowardly one and selfish. We lost sight of Grungus for a time, and he simply never rejoined us. We searched for him. We found a body of some strange creature by some water. It had been stabbed, we assumed by Grungus, but he was nowhere to be found. And so we continued on, and when we arrived at the mountain, we had no thief amongst us. The dwarves were quickly spotted by the dragon, and he slew most of them. They believe Grungus may have been there, may have helped the dragon in exchange for raiding their heirlooms. Now, I find this hard to believe. I think it rather more probable that Grungus used the ring, wherever he found it, to rob the dragon himself and return to the Shire a king. The dwarves have never forgiven him, and I've never forgiven myself. And looking at this, he taps the DVD box, he says, I can't help but feel someone else was meant to come with me that day, that a different hobbit was meant to bear the burden young Iolo now carries. We must get answers from Grungus Took, Dell. It is imperative. Dell's like, okay, all right, that's, she kind of puts a hand on Gandalf's arm. She says, that doesn't really sound like entirely your fault. Like you just had to pick a hobbit, right? You could have picked any hobbit. You just picked the wrong hobbit. But that's not really on you. That's more on him. He, right? And he smiles sadly and says, it doesn't matter whose fault it was, Dell. What matters is it may have doomed the world. And with that, Dell and Gandalf step into a Middle-earth brothel. Meanwhile, Jesters, you are in search of Grungus Took yourselves. You are making your way through Rivendell, searching. When you find Iolo standing near the last Horny house, the Rivendellian brothel that's sort of just tucked away kind of on the edge of the property. And you can see that it is a smaller, think like the Vegas Strip version of Rivendell. Like it from the outside, it's clearly a building, but it has been adorned with the same arches and rooftop and everything else to look pretty close to Rivendell, but like in a mini putt kind of way, And Iolo Took is sitting nearby on a rock, just kind of kicking his feet, twiddling his thumbs. Looking a little glum.
Oh, hey, Iolo.
Hi, butlers.
Yeah. What's with the pouty? The pouty you doing?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
This is my thinking countenance. I understand you don't think a lot, so like you probably haven't seen it in like a looking glass or like a stream or something. But yeah, this is what deep thoughts look like.
You want to try that again, buddy?
No, I think it was pretty good.
Okay. Where's your dad?
Oh, what? You guys gonna go look for him too?
Thinking about it.
Yeah, the wizard and Dell just went in there, and he points at the last Horny house. He says, they said I couldn't come with them. I don't know. They're on wizard business or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you guys looking for my dad? I get that. Like, I know everyone's mad at him or whatever for something, but like, why are you guys looking for him?
I turn to Adam.
I just learned of a new bar, and
Oh yeah.
and we were thinking that we got a big journey ahead of us. So, and your dad looked like a real partier.
No, that's great. No. Hey, look, my dad's kind of an asshole. All right. I don't know if you guys saw him at the at Elrond's
We saw him
thing, but like,
Council,
sure. He's kind of an asshole. Guys, if there's a cool bar, like we should just go, like we can raise a toast to, Frodo because he's dead and stuff. And I know you guys are kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
We can get some drinks. We can have like, I didn't really get the full bar experience at the Prancing Pony, and Jimothy McChrystal's place kind of sucked. So like, can we just go? This sounds great. I want to go to this bar.
Jimothy McChrystal is dead. And,
No. He was a good dude. I liked hanging out with him. It's just his place sucked. It was like someone's living room.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great idea, boss. I think you just said you and I should go look for a place to go get some food, right?
Well,
I thought you specifically said you and I should go. I may have misheard you. I'm sorry.
all of us. Let's all go. Like, we don't need to.
To the new bar, you mean?
Yeah,
Right.
let's all go to the new bar. I don't want to bring my dad. He's shitty,
Okay.
And like,
Well-
the wizard's been kind of a dick to me since he got here, and I don't know what that's about. Like, I'm literally like pulls the ring out on a chain. He's like, I'm literally carrying around like the biggest burden in the world, and you think some people would have some fucking respect for it, but instead he's all like, "Oh, stand over there! I don't have any hair."
Okay, well, forget about all those guys then. Let's just go get some to eat and some to drink.
That'd be great.
You and me, and you two. You guys do your thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Good thinking, Tyler.
Great. Okay, yeah. So you can catch up with us, but me and Yola will go see if we can track down some good grub here in Rivendell.
Okay.
You ever been to Rivendell, Yolo?
No. My dad spent some time here when he was on his like big adventure or whatever. Like they stopped off here for a bit.
Apparently, I have. Maybe if we walk around, someone will jog my memory, and I'll know where there's some.
Oh,
good,
that's cool.
good food.
Hey, can you maybe like introduce me? Like, does that like elf chick that was talking to you, like, she have like friends or like a sister or something? Like that might like to hear about some adventure stories from a well-traveled hobbit.
What do you have in mind? You know what? Better yet, tell me what you've got in mind over a mug of mead. Let's go.
That sounds great. All right. Yep.
All right.
We can be the fellow bros of the
Yes,
the rest of them are the group, but you and me, we got this. You're my new Frodo. And it punches you in the arm.
Gross.
And then he starts walking. And then he's like, I don't know where I'm going.
And I will turn to my friends and just kind of discreetly like wave and give a thumbs up and then go catch up with Yolo.
All right. So off you go, chasing Yolo Took. Meanwhile, Guy and Adam, the time has come to deliver some dwarven justice.
All right.
What's your plan here? What are you doing?
All right. Well, me thinks he's in that there brothel. We should probably go in and convince him to go to my dad's fake bar.
Right. So what's happening when we take him to this place that doesn't exist? They're just going to beat him up?
I think probably. Look, my dad and his friends are like uber violent, and if we bring him there and they get to beat him up, then I'll be in their good graces, and they can give me like proper armor, a proper weapon, love, hugs, affection, and the different things I need on an adventure.
Well, all right. I mean, the elves said I thought they said they might have some stuff you could use too. But if you want this special dwarven armor,
well, I mean, maybe. Well, let's see what my dad gives me, and then if I need something else, I can go get the elven armor.
All right. Let's play a trick on Grungus.
Yeah. Priority 1, getting Grungus. Get
All
Grungus.
Right. Okay. Step 1, I follow you.
Okay. I'm going in the brothel.
So you step in and like there's a bell over the door, like it jangles like a convenience store, and you walk in, and there's an elf just standing very politely. Like the place has like spa vibes, but like slightly run down, like the motel equivalent of a spa. So it's like a little run down, but still very much. And the concierge says, "Oh yeah, hi, welcome to the last Horny house, best brothel this side of the mountains. My name is Renee Sands. I'm your host this evening. You two gentlemen looking for an interesting, engaging evening? Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose you could say that. And
I did.
Like elbow guy.
Oh, excellent. Okay. We've got some basic. I could give you a tour if you'd like. It's your first time here.
Well, actually, the party has already started because a friend of ours showed up here, and we're wondering if you could just show us where he is.
Wait, is your friend the smelly gentleman with the wild eyes who somehow ate an egg out of his pocket?
You're not a fan, I take it, of this gentleman, are you?
No, all of our customers and clients are very respectable.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We know he sucks. We are willing to get him out of your hair if you can just show us to him.
Well, that would be a bit of a breach of my concierge contract here. Can you roll me a persuasion check, please? Unless you want to like intimidate him or something else, but I'm going to need a check. You know my favorite enemy type is person at a front desk, so...
I'm using my last inspiration.
Oh, damn.
Can I insist in any way? Like raise an eyebrow and really like...
I mean, we have established you have a Wario countenance. I think if you do that, you're broadcasting it. So sure, you can give give Guy a +1 for your raised eyebrow.
Persuasion, you say. That's going to be and adding a 1 to it?
That's correct.
23.
Wow.
You know, I do like when a problem solves itself. Funny thing is, you two aren't the first people to come in here. There's a tall, hairless man and a lady with frosted tips who came in not that long ago. She had to tell me what they were. I was commenting on them. It's a cool hairstyle. They went right down that way. You can't miss it. Last door on the left.
Oh, that sounds like Dell.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Remember, this didn't happen. Ha
ha. All right, let's go.
And we'll find out what we find after this commercial break. So you make your way down the hall, and as you approach, Dell steps out into the hall with a dagger slightly drawn, and sees you guys. Goes, "Oh shit, guys, get in here quick!
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Well, she brings you into the room, and it's like just sort of a lap dance booth situation. So it's like a rounded booth. You see Gandalf standing there, kind of like one hand on the side of his face, looking very, very like a mix of fury and concern. For slumped in the booth with a blade in his chest is the body of Grungus Took.
Oh. Hey, wait, this might work.
And like Gandalf just slowly turns to you and says, points at Guy, says, his assessment I agree with entirely. Yours, friend dwarf, confuses me. What do you mean?
Oh, well, I need to get in good graces with my dad and his friends. Hey, if I like, I don't know, like, not to be weird here, but if I brought this guy's head to my dad, he'd think that I was like super cool again, and he'd love me.
Adam, you don't need to cut off his head. He's already dead. Just leave the head on the body.
And then weekend at Bernie's, the body to my dad. You're right.
Oh my God.
Good thinking. Good king.
I'll
take
not
the left
know
side.
who you have killed at Bernie's previously, but I assure you that the lord of this house, Elrond, one of the great warrior elves of our time, will not sit idly by when a guest under his protection has been killed. Do you seek to claim credit for this blasphemy against this sanctuary?
Sir Wizard, we do not mean to blaspheme. Adam, we apologize for his indiscretion right now. What do you think happened here, Sir Wizard?
And he sort of, like, eyes still narrow, turns back to the body and says, it would seem that Grungus was ended by his own blade, but knowing him as long as I have and as well as I have, he would never turn it upon himself. Mm-hmm. But look, this was a sword he found on our adventure. Sting, it is called. And see the fury with which it has been driven into his chest. This is an act of great hatred. And he looks at all of you and says, where were all of you?
We just got here.
Yeah,
you can check in with Renee, the guy at the front.
Yes.
We didn't kill him. I mean, look, I just said that would have been like a good idea if I can now bring his dead body there, but I didn't kill him. I was just going to bring him to my dad and they'd rough him up, but maybe what would happen if I took if I found out that it was me and it wasn't me, like whatever, like what would happen? Just
Adam, son of Gloin, I will tell you this once. You cannot drag the corpse of this despicable hobbit through the streets to your kinfolk to earn back their trust. The dwarves are not looking for a trophy. They are looking for acts of courage, acts of contrition, acts that will prove that you belong with them.
Okay.
Hauling a corpse is not that.
Well, we do a weekend at Bernie's. Like, I wouldn't just be dragging it. If you saw the movie, you'd get it. But
Adam, I think the fact that he's dead means...
Dell has told me of these expensive plays.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Dell, can you back us up? Like, assure Gandalf that we're good guys and we wouldn't have done this?
Yeah, Gandalf, she doesn't roll great. These boys are just trying to solve problems, and sometimes this is kind of the way they do it. It's not always the cleanest or best version of it. Sometimes it's this. They don't commit murders. We don't murder. She immediately thinks of walkers. Till here we've done some murders. I've done murders. I murdered. But he was a bad man who was also my friend, I think. And they killed some goblins, I think. But look. The important thing is they're not trying to be murderous or blasphemous or do anything bad. They're just, I think, we're all just trying to solve our problems here, and none of us really know what our problems were supposed to be. And suddenly we're all doing things, and this guy kind of seemed like an asshole. I think Yolo will be sad about it, but can we just go tell the dwarves that this guy is dead? Can we just show them some, can they take an ear? Is an ear okay? Just something. You kind of got to let them do stuff like this, man. That's kind of how we work, right, guys?
Or like if a body part is too much, which I think it probably is, if I'm reading the room correctly. Maybe evidence of of his deceasement? Like maybe you draw a picture, Dale? Like you're
I can draw draw a picture. Sure. I think we could also just tell people, right? Like couldn't we just tell Elrond that we found him dead? Like we didn't do this, so we don't need to cover it up, right? And Gandalf says, well, yes, we will of course have to tell Elrond. I simply wanted to come up with some answers first. As a wizard, people often look to you for solutions, and I do feel responsible for Grungus in some ways, pathetic creature though he was, I should say. Adam, you can bring your father here to witness this. I do trust Gloin, though his nature is somewhat darker of late. He may come here and witness this. You may win the accolades you seek, but we must bring this to Elrond immediately. We shall not be thieves in the dark. We shall bring this crime into the light and see if there is anything we can do about it. But no matter what happens here, Grungus's value to this story has already been served. He delivered the Ring of Power, however he found it, to Iolo took the ring bearer, who we must protect on our way to Mordor. This changes nothing for our quest. There is simply one less vile creature in this world.
Well, okay. Well, I
go
guess
get
I'll
your
go.
father, show him the body.
Okay. Can I take his sword too? That thing's pretty cool. Maybe I could show him, and so he'll believe me he's dead, and then he'd come over.
Adam, I believe the sword belongs to his next of kin, unless they do things differently.
Yeah. Oh no, you're right. Okay. I mean, all right. I guess he should. Okay, I'll go get my dad.
All right, we'll be here. We'll investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back.
Meanwhile, Tyler, you and Iolo have arrived in the Dwarven Quarter to a mud-scratched sign over a door. Adam, what's the name of the Dwarven bar?
What would they call it? They would have called it the best bar in Riverdale.
Riverdale?
Yeah, okay. It turns out that Tony Dum Dum was responsible for the naming, and so this is the best I could do. So you arrive at the best bar in Riverdale, and Tony Dum Dum is standing near the sign, doing one of those like person who's fishing for someone to compliment their work, like looking up at the sign, being like, "That's a pretty good sign. Huh? Look at that. That's pretty good. Whoever made that's real smart."
Hey, yeah, looks great.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I do.
You think it's cool?
Yeah, if a sign can be cool, I would say that's a cool sign right there.
Well, guess what?
What?
I made that sign.
Oh, word? Great job, dude.
Yeah, I put words on it. It's a sign. That's how signs work.
Yeah.
They call me the Dum Dum. I think maybe you're the Dum Dum, but you can still hang out here. It's fine. Is your name Grungus?
No. My name's
maybe
Tyler.
you can't hang out here, man. This is a Grungus bar only.
Oh, this is that bar. Okay, yeah, no, Iolo, this place isn't.
Hey,
good,
hang on, no, I'm like Grungus Jr., guys. Iolo took.
No.
You've heard of me, so move aside. Let's
No.
Well,
There's got to be a better place than this.
No. Where? What? We're gonna go sit around with like Mr. Slow Talky guy. He's gonna like tell us more about the history of this place. I don't need that. And again, unless you're like Elven lady wants us to like hang out near her place with her friends and
that's what I'm saying, dude. This doesn't look like the kind of place that Arwen
but it's
and
right
her ilk
here.
hang out at.
It's right here. Towards Lovemead. Come on, man. I haven't had a second lunch or a second dinner today. I'm starving.
That's why it's so important not to compromise on this, dude. Because when
right.
you get it, it's gonna be good. But
you gotta such a good new Frodo.
It's gotta be quality. It's
okay. All right. So
cool sign, man. But this is a Grungus place. We are not him. So
yeah, scram.
All right, cool. Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna leave a bad review on that Yelp board Jimothy told us about. Jerk. Sorry, I'm off my game today, new Frodo.
That's okay. That's fine. How are you doing, by the way?
Not great, man. I got stabbed today. Stabbed, and like my dad yelled at me, and I lost all my stuff. And now we got to carry the ring. Like I kind of knew that's where it was going when we were doing the whole Fellowgroup thing, and it's a lot. Like I don't think I realized there's gonna be this much work. You know, they said like Gandalf was like, you gotta take a thing of place. I'm like, fucking sure. And now we gotta take it like across the world to like an evil mountain. And who's this Dark Lord guy? Like everyone keeps talking about a shadow creeping all over the world or whatever. And like I don't know. The Shire seemed pretty great. You know, my dad was boss. It was cool. We had like, you know, we had some industry going. We were putting out goods and services. All the fucking workers seemed pretty happy to, you know, have all the jobs we gave them and stuff. And then they gave their money to us, and like it was perfect. It was good. So I don't know what this shadow thing is, but now we got like the spooky rascal guys on the road, and they're stabbing me and stuff. And like, I found out water horses are a thing. Like this whole world's gone weird, man.
It sounds like you had a pretty sweet setup back home, and you know this whole call to adventure. I say, kind of trying to think about what Tolkien would be trying to put into play here. Seems that call to adventure, you're trying to reject it now, right? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, like, do I have to? Do I have to do the adventure thing? Like, I know it's cool that everyone has to be my butler and stuff, but like, you know, look how small this ring is. Like, couldn't I just keep it and like hide it? Like if you know, like someone comes over, right? They're like, "Where's your ring?" I'm like, "Dude, I threw it away. I threw it in the grass. It's in the grass somewhere." And then they all go like look for it in the grass, and like no one's gonna check. Like this I have more shoes at home, right? I could be like the one hobbit wearing shoes, just put it in my shoe. Who's gonna look there? Or like somewhere else, like my pocket or like on my finger, you know? Like it's just so precious to me. I don't know if I want to get rid of it, you know?
Well, that's fine. I mean, that seems to be a pretty common sentiment around here. Everybody seems to want a piece of that thing.
But like I have it. I have it though. They all want it, but I have it. It's mine.
Because it's a responsibility, right? It's like a burden, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, would you not agree that it's been burdensome? You know, ever since you got it, you just talked about how your whole life's been flipped upside down. It used to be
No, man, that's the weird thing though. Like, he leans in close and he says, "Hey, can I trust you, new Frodo?"
Yeah, I would like that.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Yeah.
As mists swirl around your hand.
Oh. Not a D6, not a D20 then, but a D6?
No. We're going to see if you can get, yes, D6. Sorry, it's not a D20.
There we go.
I want that sweet spooky success or fearful failure.
Well, that's a 6.
Whoa!
A rare 6 on a spooky success roll for me.
And YOLO looks you in the eyes. What do you say to YOLO to make him trust you?
Yeah, man, you can trust me.
We'll find out what he tells you after this commercial break. Yeah, okay, wow. I really believe you, man.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, it's been a burden, but it's kind of been around like my whole life. Like my dad had it before, like he had it for a long time. Like I was pretty little when he like went off on his like big like adventure or whatever. But it's just it's kind of just been a thing that's been around me a long time, you know? And like, I didn't think anything of it because it was just and he brought a lot of stuff back from his adventure, you know? Like he said that the trick to it is to like grab things when no one's looking, like when they're distracted. So if you can cause, a big distraction. You can take whatever you want. And he said like dragons are supposed to be really protective of their gold, and he got away with a lot of it because the dragon just wasn't looking at him. It was distracted somewhere. So yeah, he got a lot of stuff. But for me, I didn't. He was always weird about this ring. He was always like bringing it out and looking at it and stuff. But like I didn't think much of it. He got kind of drunk once, and he told me he like stabbed a guy for it.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's this. He asked me if I knew any riddles, and I was like, why would I know that? The riddles suck. They're boring, and I hate them. Because some of the other hobbits are like really good at them, and like Frodo's pretty good at them.
Sure.
And stuff. So yeah, I was like, no, I don't know any. And he's like, I don't like riddles either. That you get that from me. And I was like, cool, man. Can I go back to not being here? And he was like, I once had to stab a guy for a riddle. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I had to stab a dude over some riddles. And I was like, well, what are you talking about, Dad? And he's like, well, I when I was on my adventure, I found this cool ring. And there's this fucked up little guy who was like asking me questions and stuff. And I wasn't smart enough to figure stuff out. I mean, he didn't say that part, but like that's kind of what he meant. Okay. And he was like, so eventually this like little fucking dude figured out that I had this ring, and he was super weird about the ring. He just really wanted it. So he's like, so when he came at me for it, I just fucking I ran him through with my blade. And I just like watched the light go out in these like big fucking eyes, and I just left him there by this like water, like this pond that he lived in. He lived in like a pond or something.
Okay.
And then he's like, and I kept the ring, and that's why you don't ask riddles. And I was like, dude, that's what? He didn't really want to talk about the riddles. Like I think it's been burdening him that he like killed this guy. I don't think he's killed anyone else. I think he just killed this one guy in cold blood.
Me neither, yeah.
For the ring. That's fucked up, right? Like, is that the ring or is that him? I'm like, who is this dude? Why did this like fucked up guy have the ring?
The fucked up guy had the ring first, and your dad like got it from him. Like,
yeah, he like found it. Like he didn't tell me. He was pretty drunk. He just kept like mumbling about being in the dark with riddles and shit.
Well, that's pretty messed up. That's a crazy story to hear your dad tell you. Yeah, how did that make you feel?
Bad, weird.
Yeah,
why? I don't know why he'd tell me. Like I knew some shit went down with the dwarves or whatever. Because like when he was training up the Shire guard, he was saying like if dwarves come around, like you gotta like pull up the door and like get ready for a fight. And like the archers we're pretty strict about not letting like humans and shit. He's like they can come go whatever, but like if dwarves show up, you gotta like. Well, but no dwarves ever came. But it was weird. It
seems like the dwarves here are really mad at him. Maybe they're the same dwarves that he was talking about.
Probably, man. I don't know. I don't know what dwarves are what. Like,
I don't know what dwarves are like, either. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess all this to say, like, the ring is kind of it's important, but it's kind of haunted me for a while. So fuck it. You know what? I do want to throw it in the pit. Let's throw it in the pit.
Let's get rid of that thing, right? Let's do the deed and get that thing into the pit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like the tricky thing with when you've got like sort of like an institutionalized evil, like an evil artifact that like you like grew up around. It like seems normal until it does weird shit. Like remember Bree? Remember everyone in Bree going ape shit trying to find you and Frodo.
That's just what Bree people are like.
I mean, we were in Bree for a little while, like a couple hours before everything went nuts, and it seemed like a normal town, just like maybe too much mud, but that's about it. But like,
I don't know. Sometimes you guys don't notice things. Like you didn't even know this ring could make me invisible, and then like you couldn't even find me for a bit.
Right, but that's the point, right? Like, what good would an invisibility ring be if I could find you with it, and also rings don't normally turn people invisible, so why would
that's
know
true.
That?
No, that's a good point. Yeah. Look, I know the wizard said not to use it, but like, just so you know, like I'm gonna if we need it, right? Like if I need to like not die, I'm gonna use it.
I believe you. Yeah.
Yeah, just so you know, so you can like, because you know what, you and the elf guy, you guys are like, you're the best butlers at finding me when I'm in danger. I mean,
I'm not going to be.
You kind of dropped the ball on Frodo, but you know he's pulled me out of some scrapes. So yeah.
How does Frodo dying make you feel? By the way,
fucking awful, man. He had all my stuff.
Yeah, but like you can get more stuff. I don't know if we can get another Frodo. Does that hit you in any kind of particular way? Or
I mean, it's sad. Like, look, obviously, I feel terrible that a hobbit died. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. But like, hobbits die in the Shire kind of a lot. The machinery is my dad's industrial workings are the machines are kind of dangerous, and sometimes they're kind of not paying attention or whatever, and one of them just gets like ground up in one of the machines.
So do you remember what I said about growing up around like institutionalized evil and how you like maybe don't realize how bad things are until
you said it like a minute ago, man.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is another example of that.
No, well, but
right, because like it seems like hobbit bodies aren't meant just from like a physiological perspective aren't meant to be ground up in machine parts.
Like obviously not, but that's not my dad's fault. Like he built the machines and the jobs, and then the hobbits could do those jobs. They're just kind of bad at them sometimes.
And can you just help me understand how it's not your dad's fault?
He didn't shove them into the machines. He was just like, look, you don't understand. When I was little, the Shire was just like fucking rolling green fields, and everyone's like farming and gardening and shit. It was boring and nice. Yeah. Spoken like someone who's never had to fucking pull carrots for like an hour a day. Like, yeah. But
right,
my dad went on his adventure. He came back with gold, and he came back with ideas. And that's why they say, like, you shouldn't leave the Shire because you're going to come up with all these ideas. And there was this one motherfucker, Frodo's fucking uncle. He was just like, I don't even remember his name. He was all like, this is a bad idea. Like, we shouldn't do this. And like, my dad had to run him out of town. Like, we had to get rid of some of the people who were just kind of being dicks. So like, we became something, we produce things now. We can afford to buy shoes to look at. Like, that's progress, man. Do you want to have like mucky streets, or do you want streets that have a bunch of little rocks on them? That's progress. That's civilization.
Are you describing cobblestones?
Oh, I mean, cobblestones are a little fussy. No, we just dump rocks in the streets. Like rock streets.
That sounds bad.
Better than mud. No, because they're all packed together and they're fine on our little hobbit feet.
Okay. Your hobbit feet, so you don't need shoes.
Man, I don't know. I'm starting to regret having this conversation with you, new Frodo. Starting to remind me of old Frodo.
I can understand like the feelings this conversation is maybe causing you to have. I'm gonna be frank with you. I'm kind of doing it on purpose because I think it's important to feel those feelings, If you just pack them down, they're just going to sneak up on you when it's not ideal.
Oh, like how Frodo used to cry about how my dad like broke him and his buddy up.
Broke him in his butt. Sure, yeah. It sounds like a thing that would be sad.
No. He had this dude he was always hanging around with. They were like in love or whatever. But like they weren't working tremendously well because like they were, I don't know, taking care of each other and shit. So like my dad was like, you guys don't get to work together anymore. Gamgee family, you get to go fucking farm in a different place. And Frodo was super busted up about like his boyfriend having to leave, and like the other guy was really sad. And so, but we told him like, hey, dude, like that's just business, man. Don't worry about it. He's fine. He's just not here anymore. And then every so often I'd hear Frodo crying about it. Like, is that what you're talking about? Like he would just kind of like pack it down, and then like he'd wake me up and be like, dude, shut up. We're trying to sleep, like that.
Yeah, kind of like that. Except imagine you're having that feeling. Right.
Oh.
Like imagine how like already it sucks to be woken up by someone else having a feeling so bad that they cry in the middle of the night. Now imagine you also have that feeling. That feeling hits you in a place in your heart, in your gut, and you can't sleep. Even if you're like alone and it's quiet and silent, the silence is kind of like a haunting reminder of like how there's nothing but that feeling because you've suppressed it so much it like fully just kind of encompasses you. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
You do. That's concerning.
No. You're making perfect sense. It's all the ring. If we just go and get rid of the ring, all those feelings will just go away. You are so fucking smart, new Frodo. I'm so lucky to have you as my fellow bro.
Well, it's a long journey. We can try this again another time. Yeah, you got it. You got it, fellow bro.
And that is our episode for the day, my friends.
This episode of Jesters of Middle-earth features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside lore master Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Middle-earth's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Torres, and our ad breaks use the track Snow Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's DUMBDUMBDICE.com/JOIN. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Corpse Knight Silver, Adamir 101, The Dankler, Anticore 7, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, Randall Eberly, the Yes Bud of improvisational comedy, Lord Taser, Funky Stevie, J. Robert the Mad Fox, Derek Wintenberg, Optimus Omega, Laura, the Workaholic Mr. V, LMX, David Friend of New Haven, Emilio and Minions, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.